Hello Stampers, it's Barb Reed, the Wexford Stamper, and it is Wednesday evening with the Wexford Stamper here at 7 o'clock. Hope everybody's doing well. Yes, I'm trying. It's kind of early, I know, Jean, to be thinking about Christmas, but I like to get started on my projects early. You know me. So hi Anne and Mary, and I'll be quiet so Leo doesn't hear me, and Jean. Thanks for jumping on this evening. I've got a fun fold card that I want to share with you tonight. Hope everybody is doing well. It is pretty chilly here for South Carolina. We're not 40s, I don't think, but it is a little chilly. I think we got a little bit of a cold snap on the whole East Coast here. But we're looking like fall much more here in South Carolina, so I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so let me show you what we're going to be making this evening. And I lowered my camera a little bit from feedback from what I got from you guys, so I'm hoping you can see better. I just got this new light and I think I was a little too high with it, and I think it's looking a lot better today. So this is the Shadow Box Fun Fold. Okay, looks like this from the front, and then you open it and it creates this little shadow box in the back, and by using a little piece of window sheet you can make it have like a little floating sentiment there in the center. So super fun to make, super easy, just 2 panels you need to make the card. It's not a real complicated design, but I just love the way it folds right up and fits right in a regular envelope. Love it. All right. Now, this is a new suite. I've been talking a lot about the joy of Christmas, but starting with my last project, I moved to the Merry, Bold, and Bright, and that is the first in your holiday catalog if you have it. Yes, it is a cute fold. It's one I'd never tried before, so I said, boy, I'm on board. I got to try this one. But this is very different from the one we worked on the last few weeks, which is a very traditional type suite. This is much more contemporary, some very, very bright colors. We've got Poppy Parade, Melon Mambo, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, Shaded Spruce, and Blueberry Bushel. So a little of everything, but it all works, comes together, and makes a beautiful color palette. Let me show you up close some of the products. Here is the stamp set and dies that come with it. Hi, Renee. Nice to see you. The Merry and Bright is the name of the bundle, and you get a lot of great image stamps. The theme for this set is the traditional and the more contemporary Christmas lights. And then there's some really cute little sentiments as well. And then on the right there, you can see the die cuts that cut out. And I love the die cuts in this set. I use a lot of those. Do much more die cutting than stamping, that's for sure. Okay, so in addition to that, we have the paper. And you know how Stampin' Up! Does with their paper. Such gorgeous colors, really bright and happy colors, great for Christmas, but then you can always turn them over and use the other bright color sides for other occasions. There are some Christmas light images on them. There's some Christmas trees, but other than that, there's a lot of pieces that you could use well into the new year. There is also the iridescent ribbon, and I will be showing you that. So pretty, great for all different kinds of projects during the Christmas season because it's nice and sparkly. I know, Mary, I love it. And then sadly, these are on back order right now till mid-November. And these are the iridescent discs. So they match. All the colors are the colors from the suite, and they have adhesive on the back, and they're cute little iridescent embellishments you can use. So great stuff in this suite. So before we get started, I wanted to show you my latest project. If you saw my post from a couple of days ago, I started making some Christmas stockings, and this is the one I'm working on today. Still kind of working out the kinks, getting them to look nice, but I really love this pattern on this fabric, and I love the cuff, and then we have the inside is red, and then there's a little hanger on the back. This is over 2 feet long, so this is, Santa would have lots of work to do to fill this bad boy up. So these, I'm still working on these, trying to get them to look as great as I can, because I'm a perfectionist that way, but I'm gonna keep working. The other ones I had were trees, and then I found this fabric, and I just love those cute little red pickup trucks. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. As you know, you won't have to write down any of the dimensions for all the stuff we're working on. You can go ahead, hey Rhonda, welcome, and sit back and relax, and you can pick up a PDF on my blog following this live stream that has all the information that you'll need. And that's on my blog, and my blog is www.thewexfordstamper.blogspot.com. There, the blog will have all the information, and then they'll have an additional link that you can download this PDF, and also a link that you can watch this live stream video again if you're better with watching videos. Thank you, Jean. I'm working on it. I am a bit of a perfectionist, so sometimes takes me a few times till I get it the way I like it. All right, here we go. Here is our card, and I know Rhonda just got here. We're working on this cute shadow box fun fold. So it folds up, and you have this panel. It'll sit here on the desk, and it is like a floating sentiment there because I'm going to use a little piece of window sheet. Real easy to put together. I'm going to show you how that goes. As I said, you're going to just need 2 panels of Pool Party. Okay, the larger panel is going to be for the outside, and the inside panel is the smaller one. Hi Brenda, welcome. Nice to see you this evening. All right, so the front panel is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, so it's the exact same size as a regular card, okay, when you have the cards that have the top fold. Okay, it is scored at 1 1/2, 5 1/2. All right, and then we have the pop-up panel, or the inside panel. This is 4 1/4 by 7, scored at 1 1/2 and 5 1/2. All right, so let's go ahead and take my bone folder, and we're going to go ahead and just fold these edges over, and you'll get a better picture of what it's going to look like once you see this. Now this is the inside piece. Okay, that's going to be the part that we're going to cut the middle out of and have our sentiment. And then here is our outside. We're just going to fold that in half. And then the top, this is where they're going to connect together there. So we're going to put this piece aside for now, the larger piece, and we're going to work on the smaller one for now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is bring in our designer series paper. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and place a piece of designer series paper. There we go. This isn't right. All right, hold on. Let me see what I got here. I got my pieces. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry folks. Okay, our first piece here, and this is going to go right in the center of the smaller panel. You have the 1 1/2 inch here and the 1 1/2 part here. And so the middle panel is where we're going to put this piece of designer series paper. And this is cut at I'm sure it's 4, because it's 4 1/4. 4 by 3 3/4. Okay, and that's gonna go right on the center there with some Tombow. Hope everyone had a nice Halloween. It got cold here last night, but the kids were out there. We had a good representation here in our new neighborhood. We didn't know how many kids would be here, but we had a good turnout for sure. And we were able to sit out on the porch and just hand it out. So there we go. There's our first piece. Then you're going to take a second strip. Okay. And this piece is going to go right up here at the top. And this is cut at 4 by 1 inch. Okay. It's chilly tonight. Yes, it's in the low 50s, maybe into the 40s. I know you guys are having a bit of a cold snap too. So middle and top for the inside panel. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build the inside pieces that we need, okay, to make our little sentiment. Now, what I used is a set of layering dies. Now, you can look in your stash and see what set of layering dies you have. You can have circles, you can have squares, you can have rectangles. I grabbed this one. It is like a hexagon shape. Ooh, flurries, yuck. No, we're not that cold here yet, Renee. You're gonna need a set that has at least 3 dies that nest into each other. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is you're going to take your largest die cut, and that's what we're going to use to cut out our middle here. Okay, let me bring in my sample again. When I open it up here, okay, that one is going to cut out the middle of the card, right, like that. Okay, so the biggest of the 3 that are layering is going to be the one that cuts the piece out and makes the window on the inside. Okay, so let me grab my die cut here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my Post-it tape. Move this over a little bit so you can see better. I got a new light and I'm trying to figure out all my locations again and how I space and all that good stuff. So if I'm not in the camera, please let me know. But I love this light. It's a ring light and it really is nice lighting. Okay, so I just put a little piece of the Post-it note tape there, and now I'm going to go ahead and run it through and create my little window on the inside of my card. All right, so let's make our sandwich. 1 plate, and our card, and then our other, and then we're going to run it right through. And because I have that little piece of Post-it tape, that thing's not going to move, which is always good. All right, let's move it away. And I'll grab my piece here from under. And now you can see that it came out perfectly. And since you're trying to get it centered as best you can in there, that's another good reason to use the Post-it note tape, because that's going to keep it right where you want it. Now you want to save this little piece because this is actually going to go on the front of your card. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. All right, then, so what we did is we took our largest, okay, and then what I did is I took my next largest and I cut out a piece of Granny Apple Green, okay, cardstock. Move it over. And then the next one down, I cut out a white piece of cardstock, basic white. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to layer these and put our sentiment on that. Okay, so Now you could use a circle, as I said before, or anything else, but as long as you have 3 that layer, you can make this card with any shape. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little glue on the back of my smallest hexagon here. Actually octagon. I just noticed it's 4 sides. All right, now we're going to go ahead and make the little saying here. Okay, I'll show it in my sample here. And what I did is I just took 3 different sentiments, parts of the sentiment, and stamped them in 3 different colors. So I just need a scrap of white. And we're going to do, let's see, the Christmas first. And that was in the Poppy Parade. So let's grab the Poppy Parade. That's what I love about these. We know that our color ink is going to match our paper. And that's always important to us stampers. So there's Christmas. All right. Then we're going to have 2 other parts. Let me get that. Here's Hava. And then here's Mary. Okay, so let me check again. My Hava was in the blueberry bushel and my Mary was in the granny apple green. So let's do the blueberry bushel first. Ooh, this one is juicy. It's a brand new ink pad. And then finally we have Mary, and that one we're going to cut out. Not cut out, we're going to stamp with the granny apple green. Doesn't matter how close or where they're positioned, because we're going to be fussy cutting them out. Okay, and this is pretty simple fussy cutting because they're rectangles. So I'm going to grab my snips and cut out all 3 of these stamped rectangles I made. And then we're going to arrange them on our layered octagon piece to create the sentiment for the inside of the card. So there is our Christmas. Then we'll go to the Mary. And then the Hava. And then I'll bring in our sample so you can see how I arrange these on the inside of the card. You, of course, can find something else if you want to stamp a different sentiment. We all have lots of Christmas sentiments in our stash, but I'm trying to use the ones that came with the suite. All right, there we have it. Now we're going to go ahead and arrange them on here. Let me show you exactly what that looks like here. So I want to arrange them so they look like that. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to put Christmas first. That's along the bottom. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to snow. I don't think it snows much down here. When I was a student, I was down here for 4 years, and I think it snowed twice. So I really don't think we're going to have a lot of snow. So I am over the moon about that. I am not a snow person, and I'll be pretty excited if we have no snow. I just would not miss it. All right, and then the Hava is going to go up in the left-hand corner, kind of at a diagonal. There we go. So there's our sentiment for the shadow box part of our card. Okay, now you're going to need a piece of window sheet. This is window sheet. This is in the catalog. You can get it. It's just a clear plastic panel. And this one I cut at 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to place it on the, it's hard to see. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to the center of that strip. Okay, now glue is not always a good choice when you're working with this plastic. So I usually choose a glue dot or a piece of the tear and tape, and that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over and just put a small strip of the tear and tape up the center, and I'm going to go ahead and get the paper off. And now I'm going to go ahead and put this right in the center of the strip of window sheet. So now we have the top and the bottom of the window sheet. Everybody can see that? All right, now we have to place that in the window, just like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little piece of tear and tape on each end of the window sheet strip. Down there, down there. Then when I center it in our little window that we cut, it will look like it's floating right in the middle. I just think that's cool. So I'll take those off. Okay, now I'm going to put that in the center of my workspace here. And I'm going to bring this back over. And I'm going to just line it up so that it's right in the center. And just press down here. And then you have your little floating sentiment right there in the center. Isn't that cool? All right, so we have our middle panel completed. Not hard. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attach it to our other panel, okay, which is this here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this top panel, this 1.5 inch panel that we put the paper on the top, we're going to turn that over, use a little glue, and put glue on this 1.5 inch panel. And then that panel is going to attach to the 1.5 inch panel on the outside of the card. So we're just going to put it right like that. Okay, so that you're going to put it flush up against the top, and then the two flannels are going to attach and layer on top of each other. Okay, then you're going to go down to this bottom panel. Okay, this doesn't have anything else on it. It's just the one from this inside panel, the 1.5 inch panel from the bottom portion below our sentiment. We're going to put glue on that, and we're going to go ahead and fold that back, and that is going to adhere to the bottom portion of the card. So we're kind of creating our box, if everybody can see that. Okay, so the inside piece, the top 1.5 inch panel glued over the outside panel, and then the bottom one glued inside so that you can have the stand up like that. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and add a 4 by 3¼ inch piece here for the inside to put your sentiment or your handwritten note, whatever you want to do. Yeah, it is different. I like it. And some of them can get so complicated, and I felt like this one looked like it was complicated, but it really wasn't that hard to put together. And now there is your section if you want to do a little bit of writing, or you could stamp another sentiment. And then it closes like this, and then the top of the box is the bottom strip of the front. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add a piece to the inside of the box. Now that we've got the box put together, I'm going to put a little bit of a backdrop behind the area or the window where our floating sentiment is. Okay, so I'm just going to stick it in the side here and just line it up on both sides. This piece is 4 by 3¾ just like the others. And then you can see right through there that it has a little bit of a background there. That's optional, but hey, You know I love to do this kind of stuff. So now you have a little bit of a background when you look at your floating sentiment. All right, now let's go back again and close it. And we're gonna finish up the front here. Okay, now we have the lights here at the bottom, so I thought it would be super fun to put some stripes at the top. What I wanted to do? No, I think I'm gonna go with tree. No, I'm gonna go stripes. Stripes, okay? So we're gonna go ahead. This one's a little different than the one I made, but I like to mix it up a little bit. So I'm gonna put some stripes on the top. Obviously, this is from the same suite, so everything will match perfectly. Oops, up and down stripes. There we go. So now you have the front panels of your card covered, and then you open, and the bottom panel becomes the top of your shadow box. Super cool. All right, let's finish it up. Now, this is the panel that we cut out of the inside panel to create the window. And I'm just gonna plop that right on the front. I think it looks cute. So I'm gonna grab some dimensionals and we'll pop that up right on the front. Okay. All right. And we'll put that right in the center as best we can. There we go. All right. Now, last few things we're going to do here is we're going to create a couple of cute little Christmas lights. For this, I used Granny Apple Green and Poppy Parade, and I used shaded spruce for the little filaments and for the caps. All right, so I have those cut here, and I'll show you how easy those are to put together. Here are our bulbs. Now, I told you that the bulbs, there's different style of bulbs. You also have the bulbs that are more contemporary, more like the blinky bulbs on the trees. So you have both of those to choose from. I like the old-fashioned ones, I guess, because that's what I grew up with. I'm going to put a little dot of glue on each one of these tops of these bulbs. Then I'm going to use my pick tool. And I'm not sure where I put it. Pick tool. Oh, here it is. And I will pick up the little caps. Love these cute little caps. They're embossed, so they look like, you know, you screwed them on to the light bulb. Just really gives it a cute little detail. And then I have these two little filaments. I love this cute little filament, makes a little heart. Just need a tad of glue for these guys. I don't cover the whole thing. I just put a couple little dots. And I'm gonna place that one here, right below the cap. And this one right below the cap. So there we have our cute little lights. Now I'm going to grab a piece of the iridescent ribbon. I don't know if you can see, it's iridescent. It shines blue and orangey and purple. It just has that pretty iridescent. It's going to really add some bling to your card. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed through one of the ends of this piece of ribbon, both of the cute little lights right through the little loop that's on the cap. Come on, there we go. And the next one right through the middle. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tie a half knot just right over left. No bow with this one. I'm just going to do like a little, not even a half bow. I don't even know what to call it, but here. So we got these two ready to go. I'm going to take the end, take it back over, and go. And I'm just going to split these apart a little bit and take my scissors and just cut the ends off like that. So you can make your little embellishment just like that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and turn that over and put 2 dimensionals on the back and add that to my focal point here on the front. Okay, let's get those backings off. There we go. And I'm going to put them to the left-hand side of my card. Just like that. Coming together. We just have one more thing to do. I'm going to grab my little piece of Pool Party. And this strip is, I know it's 5/8 inch by 2 3/4. All this information is on my blog. I'm going to grab the Blueberry Bushel ink and the cute little Oh What Fun sentiment here. See if I can do it without bonking my head on something. There we go. Oh, it's so cute. I love this font. Really cute. All right, let's bring the card in and finish it up. Okay. And where I'm going to put it is right here below the little lights. Okay, now it's half on the piece here that's already up on dimensional, so I'm just going to put a dimensional on the end there and then just a little bit of glue along the bottom edge of this piece here. So let's put this on the end here. Since this piece is already up on dimensionals, I'm just going to add a tiny little line of glue along the bottom here and just place it right there. And then on the end, there's a dimensional to keep that up at the same level. So there you have it. Isn't that so bright and colorful? Perfect for Christmas. And then we're going to open it up. And you have your cool little floating sentiment in the back there. I know, isn't that cool? They'll never know what hit them. But yeah, I really think this is a cute. There's some very, very complicated shadow box cards that you can make, but this one I thought was, you know, just made out of the 2 pieces, made it just easier to put together, and you can make loads and loads of these. Before Thanksgiving, I probably will, but that really reminds me, Mary, I will not be doing any lives at all next week. We are doing some family things next week, and we won't be here for Tuesday or Wednesday. So I will be seeing you again 2 Mondays from now for Monday Fun Day, and I will be doing more projects using the Mary Bold and Bright. So I hope you love this suite as much as I do, and grab it from the catalog and start playing with it. But I will have some great treat boxes and some other things to share with you when I get back. All right, so have a wonderful weekend and all next week, and I will see you in 2 Mondays with Monday Fun Day. So thanks for joining me this evening, ladies, and keep on stamping. Bye-bye now.